One of the greatest compliments that I have received since I started riding motorcycles is the shock that people have when they find out that I've only been riding for 5 years. So in this video today, I'm going to share with you 10 things that I did right that have helped me become the rider that I am today. I have gone from someone who could not start a motorcycle if I were dared to now I participate in motorcycle rodeos. I've ridden over 125,000 miles in 5 years. I own 3 motorcycles and I absolutely love it. I've helped train other people. So the steps I'm going to share with you today are things that I actually did myself that have helped me become that rider. Now in my last video, I shared with you 5 rookie mistakes that I made. Well, this video is dedicated to all of the people who left me all of those positive comments from that last video. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It makes creating YouTube videos worth it when you get those positive comments the way they were sent to me. So I really appreciate it. Before I get started, I want to recognize the sponsors for Riding and Wrenching. I have Volunteer Audio, who will install an incredible sound system in your bike. Give them a call and let them know that you heard about it here on Riding and Wrenching. My other sponsor are my channel members. I just want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support of my channel because you help make this possible. In fact, if you would like to become a channel member, just check the description of this video for a link that will take you there. Let's get into it. So my number one thing that I would recommend that is a positive thing that I did was take the MSF class. Because like I mentioned, I had no idea how to even start a motorcycle. So they're going to teach you a lot of the basic fundamentals in the MSF class. But it's not just beginner stuff. They taught me things during that MSF class that I still use in my riding today because they are fundamentals, very important things. And one that stands out in my mind is we had a discussion about, well, what do you do if you come across an obstacle in the road and you have no choice but to run it over? It's too late to swerve, you got to run it over. What do you do? Well, they told us to stand up. And the example they used was a 2x4. And that's a real life scenario that could happen. You know, if you can't get around it, you got to run it over and you stand up and it helps keep you from getting hurt. So that's a technique that I learned in the basic rider course that I use all the time. The number 2 thing is to try to learn about the different types of riding. There's touring, which is what I like to do. There's motorcycle rodeos, there's adventure touring, there's sport bikes and racing. So there's a lot of different types of riding that you might find yourself interested in more than one type of riding. So personally, I'm actually interested in adventure riding. I don't know if my body can take it, but I'm certainly interested. It's something I want to learn more about. And I'm even a little bit intrigued by sport bikes. I don't know if I'll do it though, but I'm definitely interested and I'm going to learn more about that. So that's something that you might want to do as well. Number 3, and I've mentioned this before, but rent motorcycles before you buy them. Now, I didn't exactly do that myself because coming out of the basic riding school or basic riding course, I really didn't know how to ride. I wasn't comfortable on a motorcycle yet. And so I don't know that I would have felt comfortable going to rent a motorcycle that I probably would have dropped. What you can do is go check out different brands. You can go look at Harley Davidson, you can go look at the Indian motorcycles, you can look at the Honda Gold Wings, Yamaha makes touring motorcycles, BMW makes touring motorcycles. So check them all out. At least go sit on them and see what they feel like and try to learn a little bit more about them. This way you buy the bike that you want right away. Number 4 step that I could offer you is
ride every day. And most importantly, make sure you're enjoying it.
To ride every day. So for me as a new rider, that was critical because I had 0 riding experience. I did not have the luxury of waiting around till the weekends and cruise around a little bit. I didn't know how to ride. I didn't feel comfortable pulling up to stop signs without my bike stalling. I didn't feel comfortable riding on the streets. So my tactic was when I came home from work, I was on my bike. Even if it was just 5 or 10 minutes, I would ride around my neighborhood and I started branching out a little bit, going a little bit farther from the neighborhood. And I eventually went out on the streets and started riding around. I eventually got to the point where I started riding my bike to work. I rode my motorcycle every day to make up for the lack of experience that I have because there's only one way to get experience and that is to ride your motorcycle. You can't just look at it in the garage. You got to get on that thing and ride it. Number 5 thing that I did that was instrumental in my development as a rider is I joined a motorcycle club, which was shocking to me, my wife, my family, everybody that I knew. They were, oh my God, Michael turned 50 and he joined a gang. I did not join a gang. All motorcycle clubs are not gangs. Like many of you, I watched the Sons of Anarchy, and that kind of shaped my opinion of motorcycle clubs. And it was wrong. There's motorcycle clubs for any hobby that you might have. There's, religious motorcycle clubs. There's motorcycle clubs for people who like Corvettes. You name it, veterans clubs. Then there's a variety of different riding groups and things that you could join. There's, at the Harley dealers, they have the hog chapters. Indian has something called, I think it's IMRG. There's the Goldwing riding groups that you can join one of those. There's so many different ways to link up with other riders, and you're going to be surprised and blown away when you find out how willing people are to help you develop. Just tell them, I'm new to riding and I want to learn more. And you're going to be surprised how much they're willing to share with you and how much they're willing to teach you, because that's what happened to me. I came across so many awesome people that stepped up and really helped me out. In fact, a couple of the guys from my motorcycle club came to my house and worked with me for several hours trying to get me more comfortable on my motorcycle. That was just an absolutely amazing experience. Actually, I wasn't in the club yet at the time. I actually joined the club because of that experience, because I was just so impressed by those gentlemen going out of their way to come help me, the guy who didn't know anything at all. So give it a shot. Talk to motorcycle clubs. Go talk to one of those hog chapters or the old wing groups or the Indian motorcycle riding groups. Go talk to them. Just go meet them. You'll be surprised at how much you'll learn. Number 6, continue to take classes and practice. So if you take, or when you take, the basic riding course, they're going to give you some books and pamphlets and things. Read that material and go practice that stuff once you get your bike. You can practice that stuff all by yourself. And once you get more comfortable, find additional classes to take. There are so many options out there, no matter where you live in the country. So definitely look into those classes that are available. Find something that suits you, take it, and continue to practice, continue to ride every day. You're going to be surprised at how quickly your skills will improve when you do it the right way. Number 7, and I believe this one is probably one of the more important ones, or certainly one of the most critical ones for me. Set goals for yourself as a rider. So some of those goals that I set early on, one of them was I wanted to ride 10,000 miles in a year. And I had no idea how I was going to do it. I actually did the math. You take 10,000 divided by 52 weeks, and you come out with some number that I thought was impossible for me to hit. But I devised a way to do it, and I did it. In fact, I blew 10,000 miles out of the water. And that might seem like a lot, but when you have zero riding experience, it's instrumental in your development. So that was a big one for me. I also set goals with being able to handle my motorcycle and developing the skills, those rider or biker skills that you're going to need to stay safe out there. I wanted to make sure that I learned something every time I got on my bike. I spent some time just thinking about it. Okay, what did I learn the last time I got on my bike, and what do I want to focus on today? Those are very important things that you can do for yourself. You can set goals on places you want to travel. I want to do a trip to, I don't know, pick a town that's a couple hundred miles from you. I want to ride there. I want to go there and experience something and then ride back. And you're going to be surprised at how beneficial setting these goals are for yourself. Because if you don't set goals, you're just depending on luck and happenstance and finding the time to ride. No, don't do it that way. Make sure that whatever you do, it's part of a plan that you have to become a better rider. Number 8, attend a motorcycle rally. Motorcycle rallies are so much fun. I had a blast. The first one that I went to was Daytona. Had no idea what to expect, but I went anyway, and man, what a great time that was. So I've been to Daytona. I haven't been to Sturgis yet, but there's another event that I love going to. I've been to every year for the last 3 or 4 years. It's called Run to the Hills. That takes place in June in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I will be there next year, good Lord willing. And this is a phenomenal event where you meet a lot of great bikers. And again, that's the type of inspiration that you need. It'll give you an opportunity to meet other bikers and hopefully make some friends and some people who can help encourage you and push you along as you continue to develop as a rider. Number 9, participate in some excellent online forums or YouTube channels like this one. My goal for this channel is to help inspire people. In fact, when I started this YouTube channel, my overarching theme was advice from one new rider to another, because I still consider myself a new rider. So I would hope that this would be a good place for you to find some inspiration, but there are several others and other YouTube channels that I'm going to recommend. In fact, in the description of this video, I'm going to give you a list of the YouTube channels that were beneficial to me when I started. And I'll list some of them now. They're the Law Abiding Biker. And what I really liked about Law Abiding Biker is their podcast. They have some awesome podcasts that go into a lot of great topics, everything from motorcycle insurance, maintenance, riding in groups. I mean, just a ton of great information. And I would listen to those podcasts on my way to work or my way home or whenever I had free time. Just very easy to do. So check them out. Jerry Palladino, I started following him first, was introduced to some concepts that I went even farther with when I discovered Robert Simmons be the boss of your motorcycle. MC Rider puts out a video every Friday morning at 8 a.m. I don't know what time zone, probably Central, because I think he's in Texas. But that's also a great channel because those are short videos, they're easy to watch, and very relevant topics. And they're really good for people that are trying to learn. So definitely check out those YouTube channels. There's also many great Facebook groups you can join. But I'm going to provide a list of some of those in the description of this video, so check them out. And number 10, last but not least, just have fun on your bike. I used some of my time riding, especially early on, just as a way to de-stress. It was a way for me to take away all my problems, and I could just go on an hour ride, which I did probably 3 or 4 days a week when I would just come home, just go for an hour ride. I had a standard path that I would take every single day, and that was my decompression time. Gave me an opportunity to just let go of a lot of my life's pressures, and I just felt better doing it. So get out there, have fun, find some great people that are going to help inspire you, and enjoy your bike. This is Q. I'm riding, I'm wrenching, and I am out. That was easy. I think I did good, turning my head and eyes. One of the things I learned in lock and lean is about precision and tire placement and all of that. In spite of the fact that Robert Simmons had been telling me some of those same things for the last couple of years, for whatever reason, it registered with me a little bit differently when I took the lock and lean class. And so every time I do a U-turn, I'm trying to be precise with my tire placement throughout the entire turn. So sometimes I'm not turning my head all the way around immediately when I start my turn because I'm focusing on the apex. Let's do the 17. Let's see what happens. Well, Shazam. I don't think I hit any cones.